the story so far. In the beginning, the universe was created. This has made a lot of people very angry and been widely regarded as a bad move. Many races believe that it was created by some sort of god, though the Jatravarted people of Viltvodel 6 firmly believe that the entire universe was, in fact, sneezed out of the nose of a being called the Great Green Arkelseizure. The Jatravartids, who live in perpetual fear of the time they call the coming of the Great White Handkerchief, are small blue creatures with more than 50 arms each, who are therefore unique in being the only race in history to have invented the aerosol deodorant before the wheel. However, the Great Green Arkelseizure theory was not widely accepted outside Viltvodel 6, and so one day a race of hyper-intelligent, pan-dimensional beings built themselves a gigantic supercomputer called Deep Thought to calculate once and for all the answer to the ultimate question of life, the universe, and everything. For 7.5 million years, Deep Thought computed and calculated and eventually announced that the answer was in fact 42. And so another even bigger computer had to be built to find out what the actual question was. And this computer, which was called the Earth, was so amazingly large that it was frequently mistaken for a planet, particularly by the strange ape-like beings who roamed its surface, totally unaware that they were simply part of a gigantic computer program. And this is very odd, because without that fairly simple and obvious piece of knowledge, nothing that ever happened on Earth could possibly have made the slightest bit of sense. However, at the critical moment of readout, the Earth was unexpectedly demolished to make way for a hyperspace bypass, and the only native Earth people to have survived the demolition are now being shot at behind a computer bank on the lost planet of Magrathea, along with their strange companions from Betelgeuse, who are currently singing an ancient Betelgeuse death anthem on the very sensible grounds that they are about to die. This is what the computer bank is about to do. And the time at which it is going to do it is 5 seconds from now.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening, madam. Do you have a reservation?
Reservation?
Yes, sir.
So you need a reservation for the afterlife?
The afterlife, sir?
Is this the afterlife?
Well, I assume so. I mean, there's no way we could have survived that blast, is there?
Oh, no.
I certainly didn't survive. I was a total goner. Wham, bang, and that was it. You know?
We didn't stand a chance. We must have been blown to bits. Arms, legs, everywhere.
I was dead too.
If you would care to order drinks...
Instantaneously zonked into our component molecules. Hey, did you get that amazing thing of your whole life flashing before you?
Yeah, you got that too, did you? Your whole life.
Yeah, at least I assume it was mine. I spent a lot of time out of my skull, you know?
So what?
Here we are. Lying dead.
Standing dead.
Standing dead in this desolate...
Restaurant.
Standing dead in this desolate...
5-star.
Restaurant.
Odd, isn't it?
Yeah.
No chandeliers, though.
It's not so much an afterlife, more a sort of après-vis.
Hey, hang about, you dead guys. I think we're missing some ultra-important thing here. Somebody said something and we missed it. Trillian?
Well, they said we were standing up.
No, Earthman.
I said it was a sort of après-vis.
Yeah, and don't you wish you hadn't? Ford?
I said it was odd.
Yeah, shrewd but dull. That leaves a little weird fella.
Me, sir?
Yeah, speak to me.
I just said if you would care to order drinks...
Drinks! That was it! See what you miss if you don't stay alert.
If the lady and gentleman would care to take drinks before
Yeah,
dinner...
great!
And the universe will explode later for your pleasure.
Hey, what?
What sort of drinks do you serve here?
I think sir has perhaps misunderstood me.
I hope not.
It is not unusual for our customers to be a little disorientated by the time journey.
Time
so I
journey?
You mean this isn't the afterlife?
Afterlife, sir, no, sir.
And we're not dead?
Sir is most evidently alive. Otherwise, I would not attempt to serve, sir.
Then where the photon are we?
Hey, I've sussed it. This must be Milliways.
Milliway!
Yes, this is Milliways,
What's Milliways?
the restaurant at the end of the universe.
End of what?
The universe.
When did that end?
In just a few minutes, sir. Now, if you would care to order drinks, I'll show you to your table in the main part of the restaurant.
The restaurant at the end of the universe is one of the most extraordinary ventures in the entire history of catering. A vast time bubble has been projected into the future to the precise moment of the end of the universe. This is, of course, impossible. In it, guests take their places at table and eat sumptuous meals whilst watching the whole of creation explode about them. This is, of course, impossible. You can arrive for any sitting you like without prior reservation because you can book retrospectively, as it were, when you return to your own time. This is, of course, impossible. At the restaurant, you can meet and dine with a fascinating cross-section of the entire population of space and time. This is, of course, impossible. You can visit it as many times as you like and be sure of never meeting yourself because of the embarrassment that usually causes. This is, of course, impossible. All you have to do is deposit 1 penny in a savings account in your own era, and when you arrive at the end of time, the operation of compound interest means that the fabulous cost of your meal has been paid for. This is, of course, impossible. Which is why the advertising executives of the star system of Bastaplan came up with this slogan. If you've done 6 impossible things this morning, why not round it off with breakfast at Milliways, the restaurant at the end of the universe?
This way, sir, if you please.
Incredible. People. Things.
The things are also people.
People. The other people.
Lights.
The tables.
Food.
The band.
The clothes.
Yeah, the end of the universe is very popular. People like to dress up for it.
Gives it a sense of occasion.
If you could follow me, sir.
Hey, everybody's here, you know.
Everybody who was anybody.
Was?
Like everything's been done, you know? Hi, guys. How did you do?
Who are they all?
Hey, there's an old mate of mine, Zaphod, you see? Top Black Desiato. See, the big guy with the platinum suit.
Oh, yeah. Did he ever make it mega big? Wow. Bigger than the biggest thing ever. Other than me.
Who is he? We don't know anybody.
Hot Black Desiato? You don't know?
No.
You never heard of Disaster Area?
No.
The biggest, loudest
Richest
rock band in the history of...
history itself?
No.
Here we are at the end of the universe and you haven't even lived yet. Did you miss out? Hey, waiter, bring me volume 3 of the wine list.
Hey, Hot Black, how are you doing? Great to see you, big boy. How's the noise? You're looking great. Really very, very fat and unwell. Amazing. Yeah. Remember the old days? We used to hang out, right? The Bistro Illegal, remember? The Evil Drone Boozerama? Slim's Throat Emporium. Great days, yeah. And when we were hungry, we'd pose as public health inspectors and go around confiscating meals and drinks. Great. And you were up all night trying to write songs and we all hated them. And you said you didn't care. And we said we did because we hated them so much. And you said you didn't want to be a star because you despised the star system. And we said we didn't think you had the option. And what do now? You buy star systems. Here is a guy who buys star systems. What's that number you do? That really huge one. How does it go? Wham, wham, something. And in the stage act, it ends with this ship crashing right into the sun. And you actually do it. Ship, sun, boom, wonderful. I mean, forget lasers. You guys are into solar flares and real sunburn. Oh, and terrible songs. Hey, one drink? Hot Black?
Kid,
Yeah?
go away.
What?
Beat it.
And who are you?
I'm the guy who's telling you to beat it before you get it beaten for you.
Listen, Ugly, I am one of Hot Black's oldest mates, and I
And
don't...
I'm Mr. Desiato's bodyguard, and I am responsible for his body, and I am not responsible for yours, so take it away before it gets damaged.
Now, wait a minute.
No minutes, no waiting. Mr. Desiato speaks to no one.
Well, perhaps he can speak for himself.
He speaks to no one.
Why? What's the matter with him?
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy notes that Disaster Area, a plutonium rock band from the Gagrokaka mine zones, is generally held to be not only the loudest rock band in the galaxy, but in fact the loudest noise of any kind at all. Regular concert goers judge that the best sound balance is usually to be heard from within large concrete bunkers positioned some 37 miles from the stage, whilst the musicians themselves play their instruments by remote control from a heavily insulated spaceship which stays in orbit round the planet, or more frequently, round a completely different planet. Their songs are on the whole very simple, and mostly follow the familiar theme of boy being meets girl being beneath a silvery moon, which then suddenly explodes for no adequately explored reason. Many worlds have now banned their act altogether, sometimes for artistic reasons, but most commonly because the band's public address system contravenes many local strategic arms limitations treaties. This has not, however, stopped their earnings pushing back the boundaries of pure hypermathematics, and their chief research accountant has recently been appointed Professor of Neomathematics at Maximegalon for both his general and special theories of disaster area tax returns, in which he proves that the whole fabric of the space-time continuum is not merely curved, it is in fact totally bent.
Ladies and gentlemen, the universe as we know it has now been in existence for over 170,000 billion years, and will be ending in a little over 10 minutes' time. So welcome one and all to Milliways, the restaurant at the end of the universe. I am your host for tonight, Max Portal Clean, and I come to you straight from the other end of time, where I've been hosting a show at the Big Bang Burger Chef, where we had a very exciting evening, know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen, and I will be with you right through this tremendous historic occasion, the end of history itself. Now, let me introduce you to the band who are playing here for your pleasure tonight. Mr. Reg Nullify and his cataclysmic combo. Big hand, ladies and gentlemen, Reg and his cataclysmic combo.
Your arms, your legs, your heads, your everything to me. I've been through all eternity. Your glistening scales of green, I don't know where they've been. You might have laid a tree, but I don't care.
Oh, hi there, Ford. You talked to the big noise boy?
Oh, yeah, I sort of spoke to him, yeah.
What'd he say?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
He's spending a year dead for tax reasons.
Oh, yeah. Neat.
Boys, that's nice. So now, ladies and gentlemen, take your places at table. Candles are lit and displayed as the force-shielded dome above us fades into transparency, revealing a dark, sullen sky hung heavy with the ancient light of livid swollen stars. I can see that we are in for a fabulous evening's apocalypse. I know you're going to enjoy this, folks.
But look, Ford, surely if the universe is about to end here and now, don't we go with it?
No, look, as soon as you come into this dive, I think you get held in this sort of amazing force-shielded temporal warp thing. Look, I'll show you. Now, imagine this napkin as the temporal universe, right? And this spoon as a transductional mode in the matter curve.
That's the spoon I was eating with.
All right, imagine this spoon is the transductional mode in the matter curve. No, better still, this fork.
Hey, could you let go of my fork, please?
Look, why don't we say this wine glass is the temporal universe? So if I... Okay, forget that. I mean, do you know how the universe began, Frickin?
Probably not.
All right, imagine this. You get a large round bath made of ebony.
Where from? Harrods was destroyed by the Vogons.
No, it doesn't matter.
So you keep saying?
No, listen, just imagine you've got this ebony bath, okay, and it's conical.
Conical? What kind of bath is
It's
likely to be conical?
So what you do, you fill it with fine white sand, right? Fine white powder, anything.
Why?
And when it's full, you pull the plug out and it all just twirls down out of the plug hole. But the thing is, the clever bit is that you film it happening. You get a movie camera from somewhere and actually film it. But then you thread the film in the projector backwards.
Backwards?
Yeah, neat, you see. So what happens is you just sit and watch it, and then everything appears to spiral upwards out of the plug hole and fill the bath. See?
And that's how the universe began.
No, but it's a marvellous way to relax.
Funny man.
Well, I broke the ice.
And as the photon storms gather in swirling clouds around us, preparing to tear apart the last of the red-hot suns, I hope you'll all settle back and enjoy with me what I'm sure we will all find an immensely exciting and terminal experience. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, there is nothing penultimate about this one. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the proverbial it. After this, there is void, emptiness, oblivion, absolute nothing. Except, of course, for the sweet trolley and a fine selection of Aldebaran liqueurs. And for once, you don't need to worry about having a hangover in the morning, because there won't be any more mornings. And now, at the risk of putting a damper on the wonderful sense of doom and futility here, I'd like to welcome a few parties. Yes, thank you, my dear. Now, do we have a party from the Zancel Quazure Flammarian Bridge Club from beyond the Void of Quan? Are they here? Yes, there they are. Well, last bid now, lads, and no cheating. This is a very solemn moment. And a party of minor deities from the halls of Asgard. Yes, they are. Ever with a hammer, sir. And a party of young conservatives from Sirius B. We lay it all at your door, of course. And lastly, a party of devout believers from the Church of the Second Coming of the great prophet Zarquan. Sitting there very quietly and patiently waiting. Well, fellas, let's hope he's hurrying, because he's only got 8 minutes left. But seriously, though, no offense. I know we shouldn't make fun of deeply held beliefs, so I think a big hand, please, for the great prophet Zarquan. Well, he's got to. It is marvelous, though, to see so many of you here tonight. Isn't it just, though? Because I know that many of you come time and time again, and I personally think this is really wonderful, to come and watch this final end of everything and then return home to your own eras and raise families, strive for new and better societies, fight terrible wars for what you believe to be right. It really gives one hope for the future of all lifetime. Except, of course, that we know it hasn't got one.
Excuse me, sir.
Who, me?
Mr. Zaphod Beeblebrox.
Yeah.
There is a phone call for you.
Hey, what?
Here?
Hey, but who knows where I am?
Zaphod, perhaps it's the Galactic Police caught up with us. Could they have traced us here?
You mean they want to arrest me over the phone? Could be. I'm a pretty dangerous dude when I'm cornered.
Oh, yeah, you get a pieces so fast that people get hit by the shrapnel.
Hey, what is this? Judgment Day?
Do we get to see that as well? Fantastic.
I'm in no hurry. So who's the cat on the phone? Pass the wine forward.
I am not personally acquainted with the metal gentleman in question, sir,
Metal?
but I'm informed that he has been awaiting your return for a considerable number of millennia. It seems you left here, sir, somewhat precipitately.
Hey, left here? We've only just arrived.
Indeed, sir. But before you arrived here, sir, you left here.
Yeah, you're saying that before we arrived here, we left here?
That is what I said, sir.
Put your analyst on danger money, baby. Now.
No, wait a minute. Where exactly is here?
The planet Magrathea, sir.
Well, we just left there. This is the restaurant at the end of the universe, I think.
Yeah.
Precisely, sir. The one was constructed on the ruins of the other.
Ah, you mean we've traveled in time, but not in space?
Listen, you semi-evolved simian, go climb a tree, won't you?
Oh, go bang your heads together, Four Eyes.
No, your monkey has got it right, sir.
Who are you calling a monkey?
You jumped forwards in time many millions of years while retaining the same position in space. Your friend has been waiting for you in the meantime.
Well, what's he been doing?
lusting a little.
Marvin! It must be Marvin.
The paranoid android.
Space cookies! Hand me the wrap rod, plate, Captain.
I beg your pardon, sir.
The phone, waiter. Gee, you guys are so unhip, it's a wonder your bums don't fall off.
What, sir? The phone, sir.
Marvin, hi, how you doing, kid?
I think you ought to know I'm feeling very depressed.
Hey, yeah, we're having a great time. Food, wine, a little abuse, and the universe going fool. Where can we find you?
You don't have to pretend to be interested in me, you know. I know perfectly well I'm only a menial robot.
Yeah, okay, but where are you?
Reverse primary thrust, Marvin. That's what they say to me. Open airlock number 3, Marvin. Marvin, can you pick up that piece of paper? Can I pick up that piece of paper? Here I am, brain the size of a planet.
Yeah.
I'm quite used to being humiliated. I can even go and stick my head in a bucket of water if you like.
Yeah, Marvin.
Would you like me to go and stick my head in a bucket of water? I've got one ready. Wait a minute.
What's he saying?
Oh, nothing. He just phoned up to wash his head at us.
Has that satisfied you?
Will you please tell us where you are?
I'm in the car park.
In the car park? What are you doing there?
Parking cars. What else does one do?
Yeah, okay, now stay there. Come on, guys, let's go. Marvin's down in the car park.
Car park? What's he doing in a car park?
Parking cars! What else, dum-dum? 4 trillion, let's move!
Creation. Now, a very interesting effect to watch for is in the upper left-hand quadrant of the sky, where you will clearly see the star system of Hastromill boiling away into the ultraviolet. Anyone here from Hastromill? Well, it's too late to worry about whether you've left the gas on now.
There he is! Marvin!
Marvin! Hey, kid, are we pleased to see you?
No one ever is.
No, really, Marvin, we are.
Quite.
Hanging around waiting for us all this time.
The first 10 million years were the worst. And the second 10 million, they were the worst too. The third 10 million I didn't enjoy at all. After that, I went into a bit of a decline.
Well, poor old Marvin.
It's the people you meet that really get you down in this job. They're so boring. The best conversation I had was over 34 million years ago.
Oh, dear.
And that was with a coffee machine.
Hey, Zaphod, come and have a look at some of these little star trolleys. Look at this baby, Zaphod, the tangerine star bucket with the black sunbusters.
Hey, get this number. Multi-cluster quark drive and Perspirix running boards. This has got to be a Laszlo Lyrican custom job, yeah. Look, the infra-pink lizard emblem on the neutrino counter.
Yeah, I was passed by one of these mothers once out near the Axel Nebula. I was going flat out and this thing just strolled past me. Star drive hardly ticking over. Just incredible.
Too much.
Yeah, well, 10 seconds later, it smashed straight into the third moon of Jacqueline Beat.
Hey, right.
Yeah, but a great-looking ship, though. Looks like a fish, moves like a fish, steers like a cow.
No kidding.
Wait a minute, that one there.
Hey! Now that is really bad for the eyes.
It's so black, you can hardly even make out its shape. Light just falls into it.
And feel the surface.
Yeah. Hey, you can't see.
It's just totally frictionless. This must be one mother of a mover. I bet the cigar lighter's even on formaldehyde. Well, what do you reckon for?
What? You mean stroll off? Do you think we should?
Let's do it. We better shift soon. In a few seconds, the universe will end and all the captain groups will be pouring down here to find their Borg-mobiles.
Zaphod,
Yeah?
how do we get into it?
Just don't spoil a beautiful idea, will you, Ford?
Perhaps the robot can figure something out.
Hey, Marvin! Come over, we've got a job for you.
Won't you join?
Yes, you will. There's a whole new life stretching out ahead of you. Will you shut up and listen? This time there's going to be excitement and adventure and really wild things.
Sounds awful.
Marvin, all I'm trying to say...
I suppose you want me to open this spaceship for you.
Marvin, just listen, will you? What?
I suppose you want me to open this spaceship for you.
Hey, yes.
Well, I wish you'd just tell me rather than trying to engage my enthusiasm because I haven't got one. Lyrica servo systems.
How'd you do that?
Didn't I tell you I've got a brain the size of a planet? No one ever listens to me, of
Oh,
course.
shut up, Marvin.
See what I mean?
Zaphod, look at this. Look at the interior of this ship.
Weird.
It's black. Everything in it is just totally.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. The skies begin to boil. Nature collapses into the screaming void. In 15 seconds' time, the universe itself will be at an end. See where the light of infinity bursts in upon us! I don't believe it. A big hand, please, for the great prophet Zarquan.
Hello, everybody. Sorry I'm a bit late. Had a terrible time. All sorts of things cropping up at the last moment. How are we for time?
And so the universe ended. One of the major selling points of that wholly remarkable book, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, apart from its relative cheapness and the fact that it has the words "Don't Panic" written in large, friendly letters on the cover, is its compendious and occasionally accurate glossary. For instance, the statistics relating to the geosocial nature of the universe are all deftly set out between pages 576,324 and 576,326. The simplistic style is partly explained by the fact that its editors, having to meet a publishing deadline, copied the information off the back of a packet of breakfast cereal, hastily embroidering it with a few footnotes in order to avoid prosecution under the incomprehensibly tortuous galactic copyright laws. It is interesting to note that a later and wilier editor sent the book backwards in time through a temporal warp and then successfully sued the breakfast cereal company for infringement of the same laws. Here is a sample in both headings and footnotes. The universe. Some information to help you live in it. 1. Population. Now, it is known that there are an infinite number of worlds, but that not every one is inhabited. Therefore, there must be a finite number of inhabited worlds. Any finite number divided by infinity is as near to nothing as makes no odds. So if every planet in the universe has a population of 0, then the entire population of the universe must also be 0, and any people you may actually meet from time to time are merely the products of a deranged imagination. 2. Monetary units. Now. In fact, there are 3 freely convertible currencies in the universe, but the Altarian dollar has recently collapsed, the Flanian pobble bead is only exchangeable for other Flanian pobble beads, and the Triganic pew doesn't really count as money. Its exchange rate of 8 ningies to 1 pew is simple, but since a ningi is a triangular rubber coin 6,800 miles along each side, no one has ever collected enough to own 1 pew. Ningies are not negotiable currency because the galactic banks refuse to deal in fiddling small change. From this basic premise, it is very simple to prove that the galactic banks are also the products of a deranged imagination. 3. Sex. Now, well, actually there is an awful lot of this, largely because of the total lack of money, trade, banks, or anything else that might keep all the non-existent people in the universe occupied. However, it is not worth embarking on a long discussion of it now, because it really is terribly complicated. For further information, see chapters 7, 9, 10, 11, 14, 16, 17, 19, 21 to 84 inclusive, and, in fact, most of the rest of this deeply invaluable book.